In this video, we are going to understand scope chain. If you take a look at this example, you'll find we have a variable named user that is a global variable. We have a function named first. Inside that function, we have another function named second. Inside that function, we have another function third. And in each one of these functions, we have variable like 1, 2, and 3. The reason we did it like this is because in our previous video we learned that function always creates a scope. So what will happen if we try to access 1, 2 or 3 from here? We'll see that it throws an error, 1 is not defined, and we know why it is happening is we are trying to access a variable from one scope to another, and the rule says you cannot go inside another scope. And that is why we see an error 1 is not defined. Let's take a look at the diagram for this code snippet. Here we can see we have a variable named user in the global because it is not inside a block or a function. There is a function named first, and we know a function always creates a new block, so this is a new block. Similarly, we have new block second and new block third. Now let's try to see what are the variables each scope has access to. Say from here I want to access user. I can use it. I can access it because it is in the same scope. I want to use 1, 2 or 3. I cannot access it from here. And that's why when we tried it we got an error because the rule says to access a variable from one scope to another you cannot go inside. So from global you can only access user. What are the variables you have access to when you are accessing it from here? And you have access to 1, you have access to user. But you cannot access 2 or 3. Similarly, when you come here, you can access 2, 1 and user. So now what if I am inside this red box? What all variable I have access to? So I will have access to all the variables from here because of the rule says that if you are looking for a variable user and you could not find it here, it will bubble out to the parent, and the parent is yellow box. It will not find user here again. It will bubble out to the parent of yellow, that is gray, and it will not find it here again. So it will do that and bubble out to the parent, that is global. So in that way, from inside third function, you can access all the variables in that chain. So here we can see a chain is created, a chain of one scope inside another, inside another. This is what scope chain is. And in scope chain, from innermost, you can access all the variable in that chain. Let's go ahead and try doing that. We'll say console.log 1, 2, and 3. Let's add user also. Refresh this page and we'll see the output 100, 200, 300 and area. Let's move this code to second. Refresh it and we'll see an error 3 is not defined because it cannot go inside. Let's remove 3 and move this code to function first. Refresh it and we'll see an error 2 is not defined. Remove 2 and refresh it and we'll see it is working properly. So this is called scope chain, and the rule says you cannot go inside, but you can bubble outside, looking for the variable to your parent if you could not find it.